Greetings, everyone, and welcome to Making Sales Social Live. I'm Bob Woods, and I'm here with my co-host, the LinkedIn Whisperer, Bryn Tillman. What's up today, Bryn?
Hey, Bob. All good stuff. How you doing?
Doing really well, really well. Thank you very much, especially considering it's a Monday. It's been a good Monday so far. So at least for us, it has. I don't know when everyone
Love
else
my
is in
Mondays.
the podcast. Yeah, Monday.
We get to
So
hang out here.
it
What could be
is.
better?
It's time to hang out and talk about kind of influencer. So if you've been on social media networks for a while now, you probably know about the concept of the influencer, which, is like a wide variety of things to a wide variety of people. Well, for someone to influence someone else, they don't have to be one of those influencers that people love to make fun of, people like me, for example. They can be people who have an influence on you. In our world of social selling, there are thousands of self-proclaimed experts, but the ones that we love are the really good ones. At least we think so. And for someone to influence someone else, they don't have to be one of those influencers. We follow lots of them, so we have lots and lots of them. These are just the first 10 in our list, and they're not in order or anything like that. So this isn't like a reverse, number 10, number 9, number 8, that type of thing,
In
though.
random
So
order, we picked
in
out of a
random
hat.
order, in no particular order. It's not even in alphabetical order. So I guess let's get right into it. The first person that we are going to talk about is Andy Foote, Foote.
I love me some Andy. I will tell
Yeah, we
you
all
that.
do.
He is by far the most, well, not by far. He's one of the two most engaging of on our list today. I giggle a lot.
Yep.
He's got some crazy big ideas that I think are fun. We definitely don't align on everything. There are lots of things that he teaches that I don't teach, but I love his perspective on so many things. One of them, which I just find hysterical, is his headline is reassuringly expensive LinkedIn coach. So be
Yeah.
prepared to spend a lot of money. But at the end of the day, man, he puts out phenomenal content. And I'm going to share my favorite content every year from Andy Foote, which are his top 100 hashtags.
Yeah,
The
top
research
top
that he does.
100 hashtags are really good. The one thing that I liked about him that we actually learned from him was permission-based messaging.
Oh, he called us out a while ago, a couple of years
Yeah.
ago.
Yeah,
When we were
but
sending,
we learned from that, and now that is an integral part of our training. So, in other words, rather than offer up like a link or something like that, it mainly revolves around links. Ask permission before you send the link because if you don't, it feels spammy. And that was just an
Mhm.
incredible insight for us. We even did testing around it, and we won't get into details about that because we've talked about that before. But when you use permission-based messaging, even if you're just doing as something as sending someone a link to something, just ask permission ahead of time. It's
Yeah.
it's pretty simple.
Thank you, Andy. You rock.
Thank you,
Okay.
Andy. The next one is a gentleman who is the only person who I ever use an acronym for. And whenever I see this acronym, I know who it is. It's RVDB, Richard Vanderbloom.
Oh my God. So Richard, I think, is the hardest working social seller in the
Yes.
business. He is the data king. He
Yep.
A/B tests everything. Any algorithm that we quote, we're learning from Richard Vanderbloom.
Yep.
He is brilliant at figuring out how many hashtags get more views, what helps people see your content. Things like, and this is one of my favorite tips that blows my mind every single time. If you want someone to see your content, engage on theirs 5 times and they'll start to see
Yep.
your content, right? So if you are looking for absolutely brilliant insights on algorithm, follow Richard Vanderbloom.
Absolutely, absolutely. Our next person up on the countdown is Kevin Turner, who is Mr. Changes in LinkedIn to me, at least. Obviously, he's a very successful social seller and everything else too. But if there's a guy who like kind of whether he's discovering it himself or someone else discovers it, and I like that he always gives credit, which is
Mhm.
fantastic because we always teach to give credit as well. He documents all of the latest changes in LinkedIn, especially because LinkedIn doesn't tell us the changes. They just change stuff and expect us all to figure it out.
They do. So Kevin D. Turner, because I think there are
Kevin D. Turner,
many,
that's right. It's Kevin D. Turner. That's right.
we absolutely appreciate the hard work that he puts in to keep us in the know of LinkedIn's new features. So I believe if you visit his profile under featured, you're going to see the 60 plus new features just in 2022. Love him.
Yep.
Okay. Who is
Okay.
next?
The next person who is actually in our chat room right now because I messaged her last week. I said, "Hey, you may want to show up." Is Beth Granger. She's probably having heart palpitations right now. So
Yeah.
no, she's not. She's fantastic. We've actually worked with her in the past,
Mhm.
and one of the big reasons why we're bringing her up right now is because she has added something that I think is really really interesting to her practice, and that's exactly what to say. That's actually a program. It seems to me the way that she's integrating it is taking things beyond social selling by teaching exactly what to say in LinkedIn messaging, in LinkedIn conversations, and things like that, which is absolutely huge, especially on LinkedIn because you're generally not face to face with someone.
Yeah, I will tell you, Phil M. Jones wrote the book Exactly What to Say. I have it on audio. It is brilliant. And the fact that Beth has partnered with him is beyond exciting because one of the biggest challenges people have on LinkedIn is what do I say? And Beth can teach you how to do that, which I'm very beyond thrilled for her. She also, by the way, is amazing at the networking side of LinkedIn. Like where we
Mhm.
we definitely teach networking and social selling, but she's got this dialed in and I love we have a very similar way of presenting where picture you're in a real life situation as you engage. And so I completely treasure her and her friendship because even personally, I think she's a fabulous
Mhm.
human.
Yeah, there is definitely a reason why that we worked directly with her in the past, and everything that Brent said is exactly it. The next person is Joe Apfelbaum. Apfelbaum. That in case you're looking him up, it's Apfelbaum. That's why it's not Applebaum, which is what I've
I feel
typed
like
for
we're
like
saying
years.
MISSISS. Yeah.
Yes.
Um, so Joe, I cannot say enough about how much I adore this guy. First of all, incredibly engaging, uh, different than Andy Foote. Like
Mhm.
he has the most positive. Andy has like an edge, which is fun. Joe is the most positive human being always has a smile. But that, I mean, look, what there are lots of great people. He is a great person. Why I absolutely adore him in the social selling aspect is he has the most creative brain. He shares little legal hacks
Oh,
that
absolutely.
blow my mind every single time. My absolute favorite, although I'm
Yep.
not using it, I think it's amazing, is he said, "Hey, you want to book appointments with people? Search
Yeah,
the
this
word
is amazing.
calendly.com and your first degree connections, or you could even do seconds with all the right filters, and you're going to get a list of people that you want to talk to that has their calendar link right there for you to book." So I don't play that way, but it's brilliant. And that's one of
Yes.
like thousands of brilliant ideas that this man brings to the social selling world.
100%. I love that one too. Next one is Teddy Burris, who, I mean, if absolutely nothing else, I love the title of his book. LinkedIn is a serious, or his teaching, I should say. LinkedIn is a serious business tool, and he
Yeah. And
preaches that.
So I have known Teddy for quite some time, and we have engaged a lot. I mean, a mutual admiration for sure with us. But one of the things that I really, really love about what Teddy does, two things. Number one, he makes it so simple. He breaks it down in ways that make it just easy to understand and easy to follow. And he has, similar to Beth and to us, he's got this human perspective, right? Like
Mhm.
he's not looking at LinkedIn as a lead generation tool, but a relationship building tool. And I can't say enough about how much I adore teddy bears.
Yeah, excellent, excellent.
Mhm.
So our next two are kind of similar in terms of what they do. So Sandra Long and Cher Jones are both
Well, no,
personal
no,
branding.
totally different. Separate them
Oh,
out.
really? They're not? Okay. That's what I got from them. Okay.
Nope, totally different. And I want to talk about them separately for sure. So let's start with Sandra
All
Long.
right.
So Sandra Long, so proud of. I know her in person as I do Joe and Beth and I actually we worked on. We're both Rutgers professors on their. We worked on a project together, but first, number one, Sandra's the first LinkedIn TEDx speaker. So I love that, and she did a phenomenal job, and you can find that on YouTube. She wrote a great book that is really about branding, and it's fabulous. But she's also really brilliant at Corporate Sales Navigator, and like not a lot of people get Sales Navigator the way that she does. I think that we do, and there are a few others out there. But she works with very large corporations with their teams on Sales Navigator, and she has that dialed in. She's just amazing, and again, just an amazing human. Everyone we picked are amazing humans. That's part of our. It was part of our criteria for sure. So
Cher
that's
Jones is
Sandra.
next.
Yeah. And so now let's talk about Cher. Did we miss someone? I thought we had Cher near the end, but Cher Jones, creative, adorable, engaging. I don't know if that's appropriate to say adorable, but she is like, she is so much fun to watch and also makes it so simple to understand. She's got great bullet points. She runs incredible live streams. Absolutely, hands down, the best live stream of anyone beyond her. The way she shows up, the professionalism, she's got agenda in this very cool PowerPoint. I mean, it's the most professional of all the live streaming. Cher Jones, absolutely brilliant. And she helps people become influencers.
Okay. Next is Gunnar Hood, who both Bryn and I work with in terms of our group coachings that we have twice a week here. And he is 100% brilliant when it comes to marketing and content on LinkedIn, especially the way that we do things in terms of being, and not only being social, but being authentic and leading with yourself and all that type of thing.
Yeah, so Gunnar, I met Gunnar originally in Clubhouse audio chat, brought some really good insights, then was reintroduced by one of our absolute favorites, Stephen Farber, who had a great conversation with him, and he said, "Hey, Bryn, I think you guys should collab." So we chatted, and now, I mean, he brings amazing insights. Here's the thing about Gunnar. First of all, he's kind of a sleeper. Not a lot of people he's got under 2,000 followers right now. We are going to raise his profile because of all the social sellers in all the land. And I will put him at number one. I learn the most from him
Yep.
every single time we talk. This man does deep dives into new features. So we learn about the new features from Kevin, but Gunnar really does deep dives into how to use them, strategies around them. He's got clever marketing ideas. So he doesn't just do LinkedIn training, he does websites and email and a whole bunch of other stuff. But he understands the marketing message. He understands Sales Navigator rather well. And I'm just blown away at his creativity in the sales and marketing side. So I can't give a big enough shout out to Gunnar Hood. Go follow him. So, yep. Okay. Oh, and Gunner's on. Hi, Gunnar.
Yeah, he is. Yeah. Yeah, very much so. Yep.
Woo-hoo.
So,
all right.
So the number 10 and our number 10, again, in no particular order, is Alex B. Sheridan. And yes, he does use the B on LinkedIn. So this is kind of more my contribution because we've actually followed each other for a while now. He's on TikTok as well. So he's a video guy. So he, and as everyone who has heard us in the past knows, we are big believers in video as well, not only in shares and things like that, but in like one-to-one messaging. Reason why I like him is that when he uses videos and shares, and he preaches this all the time too, he does it in a really authentic way to demonstrate value. So he is all about authenticity and demonstrating value in order to start those sales conversation, which is just perfect for social selling. And he hits video like really hard too. He is out all of the time sharing videos, especially in that authentic way, demonstrating value, which, I mean, you know, we should all be doing that in social selling. We certainly try our best to do that here at Social Sales Link. So if you really want to get really good advice when it comes to video and sales, definitely follow Alex B. Sheridan. And he just agreed to come on to one of our interviews in the Making Sales Social interview side of this podcast as well. So I am really excited to really delve deep into videos and what he's talking about there.
Awesome. Well, we went through 10, and we're going to keep building this list over time. You know, we'll do pop-up top 10s because there are so many really good voices out there, and we believe high tide rises all boats, and we embrace the best social sellers out there. And so I highly recommend, our friend Stephen Farber has put out some links to some of the folks that we talked about. Highly recommend that you go follow these folks because there's so much to learn.
Yep, absolutely.
All right, let's bring it in for a landing,
yeah,
Bob Wood.
So, exactly. Thanks again for joining us on Making Sales Social Live. If you're live with us right now, we do this every week, so keep an eye out for those sessions. If you're listening to us on our recorded podcast and you haven't subscribed yet, hit that subscribe or follow button to access all of our previous shows and to be alerted when new ones drop. If you want details about the podcast, go to socialsaleslink.com/podcast. As I said before, we do 2 shows weekly, this one and our interview series, where we talk with a whole bunch of different people involved in sales, marketing, business, and many more areas. So when you're out and about, be sure to make your sales
social.
Thanks, everybody. Bye-bye.
Bye, guys.